Azri, what are you doing?
Okay, so today I'm gonna present about women working for rights back then, okay? So, the first person is Elizabeth Garrett Anderson. She was born on 9 June 1836 and passed away on 17 December 1917. She was the first woman to qualify in Britain as a physician and surgeon. She's a co-founder of first hospital staffed by women called London School of Medicine with Sophia Jacques-Blake.
Okay, so what is that school called now?
University College London, UCL!
Amazing, right?
So she's the first dean of British Medical School, first female mayor and magistrate in Britain. Also her daughter Louisa, also a physician, more active, militant and spent time in prison because of her suffrage activists. So, Jenna, what do you know about Elizabeth Garrett Anderson?
Okay, so Elizabeth Garrett Anderson was a doctor and also a surgeon. Okay, so her medical that's okay, just go on to the thing. Okay, so her medical life was actually, it's a series of failed attempts of trying to do a lot of things because she was hindered by men, because men were I guess they were scared, they were intimidated by the powers of women back then. So she attempted to shadow doctors in Harley Street, which failed. And also she spent 6 months as a surgery nurse, only a nurse at Middlesex Hospital, and she was allowed to attend outpatients clinic. So there she performed her first operation and it was successful. However, she failed to enroll in the hospital's medical school, so she had to attend private tuition in Latin with the hospital's apothecary, so also known as a pharmacy, while being a nurse. So because she really wanted to be a physician, right, she had to study anatomy and physiology privately, which is really sad because men could do it, why couldn't women, right? So then eventually she was allowed, so after studying it privately, she was eventually allowed to join the dissecting room and chem lectures. However, she was unwelcome by the male students because the male students felt intimidated by her again, so they performed a demonstration to make sure that she was not accepted or something. So she was asked to leave the hospital. So then she wanted to continue her studying journey, and then she applied to Oxford, Cambridge, Glasgow, Edinburgh, St Andrews, and
So our camera down.
so here is a clip of this slide with our voice in it.
And enjoy a picture with it.
Hashtag insert voice recording.
Bye!
However, she managed to obtain a certificate privately in anatomy and physiology. So then, that day, 7 people took the examination, but only 3 people passed, and she got the highest mark out of the 3. So she was admitted by the Society of Apothecaries, even though they didn't want to put her in, because that time there wasn't any policy that said that women couldn't join. They just said anyone who passed could be a doctor. So she could join in, but after obtaining the license, the Society of Apothecaries, they changed their policy so that women cannot join, therefore making her the only woman that have successfully become a physician at her age. So other than her, actually before her there was one physician called Dr. James Berry, who is actually a girl, but the thing is she was born and raised as a female until she was 20 years old. Having decided that she wanted to be a physician, she changed her gender at the age of 20. So yeah, it's sad how women have to change their own personality, their born gender, so that they can practice something just about anyone can do.
Just to achieve their dream.
Yeah, which is really sad. But the thing is, Dr. James Berry, after having lived as a man to study medicine, he continued living his adult life as a man instead of a woman. So yeah, so that is the story of Elizabeth Garrett Anderson. We'll continue with Asrar Al-Kabandi after this with Zulaika. Thank you.
Bye!
Bye.
Hi everyone, so this is Zulaika, and the next figure that I'm going to present is Ashra Al-Kabandi, who is a Kuwaiti born on November 23rd, 1959. So, unlike her other siblings who didn't even go to school, she received proper education in both England and US, majoring in computer, and earned 3 master's degrees in education, economics, and handicap rehabilitation. So, once she graduated, she came back to Kuwait and worked with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Other than being known as a very successful lady, she is also known to be a great heroine of the Kuwaiti resistance of 1990 to 1991. This resistance is in response to Saddam Hussein, an Iraqi dictator who was attempting to erase Kuwait from the map by invading the country himself. During that time, women would be the ones participating in protests and providing food and shelter for the citizens. However, Ashra did something different. She was busy smuggling important people out of Kuwait. For example, she once helped the Bahraini ambassador in issuing a new passport for him to flee the country, and as well as the royal family. She also smuggled weapons and money from both Basra and Saudi into Kuwait to be used during the resistance. Among her team members, which consists of men, she would be the one who in charge of smuggling the weapons, as during that time at those checkpoints, the Iraqi soldiers tend to search men and not women. Also, one of her major contributions is that due to her skin color, she once managed to disguise as an Indian in sari and smuggled heavily guarded information data and computer disks out of the military building to be used against Saddam Husseini during the resistance. She also worked hard in organizing interviews with American, British, and French television networks to show the world how they are being tortured back in Kuwait. She once left Kuwait for safety, however, she felt wrong for leaving the others in danger. Unfortunately, once she's back, she was detained by the soldiers and were brutally killed. Her body is left in front of her family's house. Despite the tragic death of Ashra al-Kabandi, she is still remain as a prominent figure in the women's society. Where she breaks all norms and contribute a lot during the resistance in fighting Saddam Hussein.